Welcome you all in the online classes of Bishop Academy. This is doubt class and we should understand the NCERT solution of chapter 1 and a student had doubt in question number 3, which is first of all in the question prove that the ratio k square g MEMP is dimensionless. First of all, we have to prove that this is dimensionless. And again, what is the value of this ratio? This is the question. As you know, this is a constant k and the value of this constant is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. And the SI unit of this constant is Newton meter square Coulomb to the power minus 2. And this capital G is universal gravitational constant and its SI unit is Newton meter square kg to the power minus 2. After putting these units in this equation, k is nm square c to the power minus 2 into E is charge and SI unit of charge is Coulomb. Then it is Coulomb square because it is E square upon the SI unit of G is Newton meter square kg to the power minus 2 and SI unit of mass is kg. Both are masses, hence it is kg to the power 2. Kg to the power minus 2, kg to the power 2 cancel each other. Coulomb square, Coulomb to the power minus 2 and Coulomb to the power 2 cancel each other. Newton meter square, Newton meter square cancel each other. Hence, we get unitless or dimensionless. Hence, it is proved that this quantity is dimensionless quantity. Now, we have to find out the value of this ratio. The value of k is 9 into 10 to the power 9. The value of charge of electron or proton is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 square upon the value of G is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. The mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31. Mass of proton is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 27. And after solving, we approximately it is 2.4 into 10 to the power. This is the answer. This is the value of this ratio. After that, a student asked question number 5. And question number 5 is, when glass rod is rubbed with silk, they gets electrified by equal charge. Then how the law of conservation is followed here? In this question, when glass rod is rubbed on the silk cloth, both the charges appear on both, which is equal and opposite charges, and after combining these charges, the net charge will be 0. It means if glass rod acquires plus 5 coulomb charge, then silk cloth acquires minus 5 coulomb charge, and after summing these charges, we get net charge 0. Hence, there is no extra charge appears on these bodies. There are equal and opposite charges appears which gets neutralized and give the 0 result. Then before frictioning the net charge is 0 and after frictioning net charge will be 0. Then the law of conservation should be followed. It's okay. This is question number 5 of NCERT. Now Another student asked question number 9 of NCERT. In this question, there are two charges, QA, which is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb, and QB minus 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb, and which are placed at the coordinate axes 0, 0, minus 15 centimeter, and B is placed at 0, 0, plus 15 centimeter. Let us draw with the coordinate system. Let us consider this is X coordinate system, this is Y coordinate system, and this is Z. Sorry, this is X, Y, and Z coordinate system. The negative Z should be increasing. Okay. Now the charge A is placed at 0, 0, minus 15 centimeter. This is positive Z axis, then minus X axis, at X axis 0, at Y axis 0, and at Z axis minus 15. Then this point is A and its coordinate is 0, 0, minus 15, and the charge QA is placed at this point and QB is placed at 0, 0, 15. It means only Z axis is present, then this point lies on Z axis, and this is point B, coordinate is 0, 0, 15, and here charge QB is placed. Now the first question is, what is the net charge? Net charge is equals to QA plus QB. QA is equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 7 plus minus 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 7. Then net charge is 0. Here net charge is 0. And second question is, what is the dipole moment? The dipole moment P is defined as Q into 2 into L, where Q is the either charge and 2L is the separation between these two charges. Total distance between charges. What is the total distance between charges? The distance from origin to this charge is 15, and the distance from origin to this charge is 15. It means overall charges distance is 30. Q is equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 7, and 2L is equals to 30 centimeter, and now it's converted into meter by multiplying 10 to the power minus 2, and we get this is 30 into 2.5, 75 into 10 to the power minus 9, or 7.5 into 10 to the power minus 8 coulomb meter. This is the dipole moment of this electric dipole, and you know the direction of this dipole moment is always from negative to positive direction, and QB is negatively charged, hence the direction of this dipole moment is along from QB to QA. Now another one student asked the question number 14, which is, here in the figure there are three charged particles in a uniform electrostatic field. Give the sign of three charges. Which particle has highest charge to mass ratio? This is the question, and here a figure is given. This is positively charged plate, and another one is negatively charged plate. There are three charges. This is 1, this is 2, and 3. It's okay. These are the tracks of three charged particles. First of all, we have to decide the nature of charges. Since particle 1 attracted by the positive plate, hence 1 is negative. 1 is negative because positive charge attracts the negative charge. See, in similar way 2 is also negative because it is attracted by positive plate, and third is attracted by negative plate, hence third is positive. Third is positive. This is the nature of charges. And another question is, which one has the highest charge to mass ratio? And I am already derived the equation for the trajectory of the electron inside the uniform field, and here we found that the displacement is directly proportional to charge to mass. It means which charge gets deflected more has more charge to mass ratio. More charge to mass ratio. It is directly proportional to displacement. And the charge 3 has most displacement or most deflected charge. Then charge 3 has more charge to mass ratio. It's okay. This is the solution of question number. The next question is question number 15. Here an uniform electric field 3 into 10 to the power 3 I cap Newton per Coulomb is given. It means this electric field, this I cap represents this electric field is along x-axis. It's okay. And the first question is, what is the flux? What is the flux through the square of a 10 centimeter side whose plane is parallel to YZ plane? Let us draw a Cartesian coordinate. This is x coordinate, y and z. Now we have to draw a plane parallel to the YZ plane. The plane, this plane is YZ plane, and a plane parallel to this YZ plane is this one. This is the plane parallel to the YZ plane. Now this is a square shape and side 10 centimeters. Then what is the electric flux? We know that electric flux phi is equals to electric field into area into cos theta. Electric field is equals to 3 into 10 to the power 3, which is given, and direction of electric field is along x-axis. It means this is the direction of electric field. It's okay. This is also the direction of electric field, and the direction of area vector is also in this direction. It means the direction between the angle between electric field and area vector is 0. What is area of this square? This is side 10 centimeter. Then it is converted in meter, 0.1 meter, and area of this square is 0.1 into 0.1 means 0.01 meter square. This is 0.01 meter square and cos 0 degree, because the angle between E and A, area vector and electric field is 0 degree. Cos 0 equals to 1. Then after multiplying this, this is 3 into 10 to the power 3, 1 into 10 to the power minus 2. It means 3 into 10 means 30. It is the flux 30 Newton meter square per Coulomb. And in second portion, this square plane sheet is tilted by 60 degree with the x-axis. Then this flux changes into phi is equals to E into A into cos theta. E is equals to 3 into 10 to the power 3. Electric field is same, area is also same, but angle changes by 60 degree. It is not 0. This plane is at 60 degree from the x-axis. Then we put the value of theta is 60 degree and we get the solution of this portion is 30 as we solved in the previous topic portion, and cos 60 degree equals to 1 by 2. Then it is 15 Newton meter square per coulomb. This is the electric flux when this plane is tilted by 60 degree to the x-axis. Now today's class is over and remaining questions are taken in doubt second part. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe.